Hello everyone, Oliver here with something rather different from what I normally do. It's going to be a review on an item from the TrackMaster Push Along range. I was planning to do a full review on this range and my thoughts of it as a whole, but turns out that video was too long for my iPad to handle exporting to YouTube, so yeah, that sucks. So we're going to be looking at a single item today, and that is the TrackMaster Push Along Rajiv. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so before we get started, I'm going to quickly give a little review and my thoughts on the TrackMaster Push Along range, since I was going to make a full video about it, but that's not happening anytime soon. So, TrackMaster Push Along is basically what's going to replace Adventures, which is a shame, because Adventures was the best thing Mattel were making. But anyway, as you can see, the engines look pretty much exactly the same, except they've got new, bigger wheels, different footplay on Thomas, and also one thing I'll admit that is kind of an improvement is that a lot of these engines have extra detail added. Like, here's the Adventures Percy, and here is the Push Along Percy. As you can see, there's printing on his sandboxes, and also, I don't know how well this will show up on camera, but the cylinders on here are just sort of there, but on the TrackMaster Push Along, they've actually got the lining molded in, even though it's not painted, but kind of everything, I guess. And so some engines, I'd argue, are actually an improvement over their previous versions. Like, here is Yong Bao, compared to the Take-and-Play Yong Bao. The TrackMaster Push Along actually has some more extra detail added, which is honestly kind of impressive. Also, the tender is accurately shaped on this one, unlike the previous tender, where it's just a block. Although a problem that is present with every tender engine in this range is that all of the tenders are made of plastic, and also they have buffers on the front, but nothing on the back. And it's not a factory error, by the way, this is present on every single engine. So yeah, that's nice. And also, what seems to be a reoccurring problem with engines with cow catchers. Like, of course, the coupling system's simple. You just slide it in, and you can pull them off when you want them undone. But for engines like Yong Bao, who have cow catchers and stuff at the front, stuff like this will happen. So, you've got to keep the coupling put in a certain position to undo it and flip them upside down, whatever. See, that can be annoying. That's also a problem with Rajiv, who we'll get to in a bit. And of course, everyone probably understands how these work. You either put them on the track and just push them along, as the name implies, TrackMaster Push Along, or you can get an actual motorized TrackMaster engine, you know, the things that this range is, well, famous for, and just have them pull your engines along. Don't really know why anyone would want this, but sure. Like, I don't understand the appeal of having TrackMaster engines that don't move on their own. I thought that was what made TrackMaster so popular. But anyway, not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about Rajiv the Royal engine. Well, I botched that Indian accent up really bad, didn't I? But anyway, off the bat, Rajiv is probably one of the nicest looking engines in. You didn't see that. Rajiv is probably one of the nicest looking engines in this range. Like, he has the detail of his flags up here. He even has some interior cab detail. On the back, this isn't painted, but he has the model of his cab, a tail lamp, and, it's interesting, he has buffers that stick out. Whereas at the front, they're sort of like flattened and slightly poking out the footplate, just like all the other Adventures and Take-and-Play and TrackMaster Push-Alongs, but I think this is a first. The buffers stick out similar to TrackMaster items. Like, it's a TrackMaster truck, the buffers are sticking out. So yeah, that's interesting. Of course, Rajiv suffers the same problem as Yong Bao with his cow catcher, but yeah, nothing you can do about that. Yeah, he also has a really nice face, and A lot of nice details, like he has the white outlines of his buffers, the yellow outline of his buffer beam, little stars at the front, all these piston rods detail, and they're actually 3D too, so that's nice. The handrails are also 3D. The printing on his dome, on my model at least, is a little messed up, but that doesn't matter because I'm going to fix this. But yeah, now for the problems I have with this. Here is his box, and there's his CGI promo. Let's compare it to the toy. Noticing something? Yeah. Though he does have a lot of nice detail, there is some that he's missing in the most prominent area. His smoke box, the area near his face, where most kids are probably going to look. The front is left blue when it should be black. They also didn't paint his lamps, but honestly that doesn't surprise me. His funnel is also coloured in the... His funnel also has at least 4 different colours on it. The blue, and then green, white, and orange. And these 3 colours are to represent the Indian flag. But his funnel is entirely blue, and so is his lamp, instead of being gold. It has... yeah, it has little gold lining on it, but the lamp is entirely gold in the show, so it's... yeah. He's also missing these little banners that go from the cab to the funnel, but that doesn't surprise me, because if they added those, they'd probably be broken off really easily. And... yeah. Also, another problem, his wheels. They're bronze, but in the show they're supposed to be white. And I don't know, the wheels have a secondary colour around the rim. From looking at the pictures, I can't really tell. I think they're either supposed to be gold, yellow, or orange, but yeah. For some reason they made his wheels bronze. But in the show they're white. Which I just said, but yeah. Also, there's this molded detail on his footplate for the little streamers or whatever. Not painted, of course. Also, another problem, I know some people are going to have this. The only bit of metal on this model is the cab and the wheel arches. Everything else is plastic. So yeah, he's very heavy at the back, but really light at the front, so... I'd imagine that's probably going to cause problems when he's being pulled around by engines. One thing I'll admit that I do kind of like about this range is their ability to run on TrackMaster and Tomy and Wooden Track. Don't get me wrong, this was a completely unnecessary change. But the cross-compatibility is nice. I, as a kid, collected multiple different ranges, and even though I understood they weren't meant to be played with each other, I would have loved something like this as a kid. And honestly, this is not the worst thing Mattel have done. Mattel have made worse decisions, looking at you, Thomas Wood. But, speaking of which, I'm also planning on modifying this Rajiv in the future. I'm going to paint the details on. Another thing I forgot to mention, he has gold lining on his smoke box, which is supposed to go up, and... oh my god, I'm an idiot. How did I... oh. I completely forgot the most important thing. Look at his funnel. He's missing something. His crown. In the show, they make it a point to address that Rajiv is obsessed with his crown.
I know what you're thinking.
You do?
You're thinking, whoa, check out the crown.
I was? They'll probably give your crown an extra polish for rescuing me.
Do you think so? Hey! What's the crown? Do not go near it. Do you understand?
Why?
It is riddled with troublesome monkeys. When I went, they tried to steal my crown, Thomas. My crown! Imagine me, Rajiv, without a crown.
He views himself as a royal engine solely because of the crown. And the toy doesn't have it. Like... How did I forget? I'm more disappointed in myself, honestly, for forgetting that. These reviews aren't scripted, if you couldn't tell. Yeah, I'm an idiot. So yeah. But anyway, I guess that's it. Those are my thoughts on Rajiv. So, he has really nice detail around the back, but the smoke box is a big disappointment. Also, the wheels being the wrong color. With a few updates, this could probably look a lot nicer, which I am planning on doing, because there is a wood Rajiv coming out, but chances are it's probably going to look terrible, because it'll probably be a repaint of Emily or something. And yeah, these fit on wooden track anyway, so like I'm not planning on full on collecting this range, but I'm planning on buying a few engines, like mostly new characters to use my series, ones that I don't want to make customs of. Like I'm probably going to be getting Shane next. So yeah, that's about it. And that was my poorly done review on the TrackMaster Push Along Rajiv. What do you think? Tell me in the comments. Also, if you'd like to see more videos like this in the future for some reason, sure to tell me in the comments or whatever. Yeah, there's really not much to say. So, thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more videos in the future. Bye.